So gaming on a phone was never something I was really interested in, and I think a lot of it had to do with the touchscreen controls. It didn't really matter what game I was playing, the lack of physical buttons and joysticks were a huge problem for me. That, coupled with the fact that phones in the past just weren't powerful enough to run games that rivaled other consoles, made something like a Nintendo Switch a much more appealing option for gaming on the go. With iOS 13 though, Apple is finally pushing Bluetooth controller support, something that Android's had for years. This changes the game for me, and not just because of the controller support. The A13 Bionic is one of, if not the fastest chip on the market, and it really shows when playing games. Games like Oceanhorn 2 and Asphalt look absolutely incredible and play at frame rates locked at or near 60 frames per second on the iPhone 11. Let's just go back to Oceanhorn 2 for a second. If you were to tell me this was being played on a modern day console, I'd believe you. The smooth graphical style is beautiful, and though it feels a little too much like a Legend of Zelda ripoff, there's no doubt that the game looks as polished as Breath of the Wild is. Controller support is really what makes this game worthwhile for me. Without it, the touch controls are kind of finicky and they take up too much real estate on the screen. But when you use an Xbox One or PS4 controller, it starts to really feel like a AAA title that you'd find on any modern console. As of right now, there aren't a whole lot of games that have native controller support right out of the gate in iOS 13, but as time goes by and developers jump on the bandwagon, lots of games will be supporting it. Already, you can use it natively in games like Fortnite, Asphalt 9, GTA San Andreas, Limbo, and a bunch of others. Pairing your controller is really easy. Just put the PS4 or Xbox One controller in pairing mode and then tap the controller when it pops up in the Bluetooth menu. Some of you might be wondering if there's any input lag while playing games, and to be completely honest with you, I haven't noticed hardly any at all. I might not be as sensitive to lag as others, but in my experience, it's nearly perfect. You guys never see this B-roll, but half the footage that's taken up on my memory cards is just me polishing the back of this phone because it's so fingerprinty. In order to give it more of a console feel, I ordered this really cheap Xbox One controller phone mount thing. I think it was like 10 bucks on Amazon or something. And if you guys are interested, I'll link one for both the Xbox One and the PS4 controllers in the description down below. It's a little imbalanced when you put the phone on it, and it's kind of heavy given the weight of the phone, but it's not bad. So how does the iPhone 11 stack up as a portable gaming console? Since we know that the controller support and performance is all there, it really just comes down to the games available and how good or bad they are. Now that Apple has launched their arcade service, there are more games than ever on iOS. Oceanhorn 2 is just the beginning. Games like Hot Lava, Shanty and the Seven Sirens, Kings League 2, and Agent Intercept all look and perform fantastically and have native controller support. That said, the depth of most games found on the App Store in general are just not as pronounced. Most don't have the 30 or 40 hour playtimes like a lot of single player console games. They're a whole lot cheaper though, and there are a lot more of them. I think my favorite game on mobile now is probably Stardew Valley. I've played a lot of it on PC, and now that it has native controller support on iOS, it seems like the perfect game for this medium. Fortnite's also a big one. It feels just like playing on the Xbox or PS4, only easier because most people use the touch controls. It makes me feel a lot better about myself because I usually only get a kill or two before dying on the PC, Xbox One, or PS4. This is why I stick to racing games. I well and truly suck at FPS games. The big thing I think this setup is lacking is the possibility to stream games to a TV or even hook up the phone to a TV in a wired setup. You can do both those things natively now, but you will be introducing way too much lag for it to be playable. Yeah, even if you use a Lightning to HDMI adapter from Apple, as shown in this video here. I think if Apple added a better way to stream your phone to your TV or wire it up without any input lag, it would add a lot more value to what is already a pretty viable gaming console. The iPhone 11 isn't a gaming phone. It's not even marketed as one. It doesn't have a high refresh rate screen like the ROG phones or the OnePlus 7 Pro, and its smaller battery means you'll likely be drained in only a few hours of gameplay. But if you don't own a portable gaming console like the Nintendo Switch or a laptop and you want to play some games on the go, the iPhone 11 can definitely hold its own with just a little bit of help from a Bluetooth controller. If you like this video, really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to support my channel, and as always, have a great day.